Good morning, traders and investors around the world. Welcome to this Friday edition of Pre-Market Prep Plus. Joel O'Connor joining you here on the final day of the trading week. Sorry about the technical difficulties yesterday. A lot of things you can't control, and that's your relatives and the weather. S&P index futures are trading up 14 and a half handles at 4,050. Off the pre-market high of 4,006, not much up there. We'll see if the spoos want to challenge that early and often in the session. The buck, it's just down fractionally here, making a nice high for the move, but a little bit of a failure here as we are still trading green, but off the high of the session. Psychological 104 level coming into play in the dollar futures. Okay, and what else do we have here to cover? We have the bonds are down a quarter point here, 7/32 at 119 and 20/32. And I got to do something here real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. I forgot to post the link on the site. So give me 1 second here. Nope, it's up there. Back with our regularly scheduled programming here. Crude up 92 cents at 79.97. You have gold down 280 at 1944.30. Silver flat at 24.24. And Bitcoin up $155 at 26,295. There's a look at your commodities and futures as we begin this Friday trading session. I mean, we didn't do like a full recap here. Gave you a little bit of technicals on NVIDIA, and I think that's a really important stock for today. I'm just going to reiterate the importance of the old-time closing high. With all the moves that it had, yeah, you can remember that it was at 520 yesterday, and it traded 500 off the open of the regular session. But what I'd like to keep an eye on is the all-time closing high prints. And back here, you had, I was actually on this day, you had an all-time closing high print. Yep, I got that right. At 470.77. Now, with all the price action yesterday, the ups and the downs, more downs than up, you posted a new all-time closing high at 471.63. 71.16 was your close the following day. So 471. Just keep an eye on that. It's already, it's not a daily high or a daily low or a triple top or a triple bottom. It's not a Fibonacci number, but it's just a number that, man, is just stuck in my gut and I can't get rid of it. And I remember saying the same thing about AMC at 60 and Robinhood, these different levels. So let's keep an eye on that one longer term. So that is really important. Just a couple of updates here. If folks are asking for updates on some of these earning stocks here, I don't think we got into it this morning. Don't have the report. Way off the pre-market low, after hours low of the session. You come back all the way to unchanged here. And man, you got a great level here. If Intuit well, that's a ways away. You got major resistance at 515. I don't know if we're going to see that today. But after the downs that this had, you're down 83 cents at 497.67. What I think you got to see here is get green on the session, and then maybe work our way into yesterday's range. I think if you do go green, you will even find sellers because it just had a big down day yesterday. A lot of people got caught up in that down move. So keep an eye. As far as daily support goes here, we could just do a reset because of the price action from yesterday, and yesterday's low is right in pretty close in this area at 96.45. But the fact that you blasted through that, not a great level. The next level on the downside for potential support, and I'm not even looking at the pre-market low. You had some jittery people after the close. 489.27 is your 2-day low. So we'll just do a reset, taking out the after hours in the pre-market action. Also, another earnings stocks Nordstrom. Why that went down to 15 bucks, I don't know. I talked about the importance of this 1680 area. You just came back up to it, failed failed at it. But hey, if the Bulls want to take this thing, it's it get back above those three lows, goes green on the session. Hmm. Next target would be the pair of highs at 1771, 1770. That's a pair of highs, exact matching double top at 1771, along with your 2-day close at 1759. Marvell, if you were listening to the closing print yesterday, you wouldn't have got stuck long this thing when it went to 57.50. Wow, forget about that price action from yesterday. Major support closed on the support, closed on the lows. In fact, it breached it yesterday, and whoa, the street leaning the right way into this report. I can't give you a good level here on the downside, right? Because we are just in this huge gap area. So if you're trying to pick a bottom in this one, man, you're going to have to drill down on your shorter term charts here on Marvell. MRVL, Hibbett Sports is still hanging in there, inching higher. Wow, we just went back. Did we go back up to that area again? Wow, we did sneak up to 41.60 real quick, but back down. So you got a seller lurking there. Let's see if the liquidity can come in and take that out, take us to higher ground. Florida, JetBlue sitting on 10-year low for bottom pickers. Oh boy, I mean, usually when these things, sit on lows like that, it's usually not a very good sign. $6, 616, you know your risk. I can't believe all the mergers and things that were going on with this. But not much to say, unless well, if you want to play it to 630. I mean, pair of highs just had steady. Wow, how many down lower highs? One, two, three, four lower highs and a matching high. If it got above 630, maybe has a chance to rally. Let's just rip through some other airlines here. Delta, held up yesterday. Interesting. The earnings sell off, and you got a quad bottom in here now in the lower 41 handle, trading up 25 cents. This one's not looking too bad. AAL, how's that? Boom, that's not holding up as well. Made a new low of the move. UAL, that's the wild one. Nope, that held up okay too. Let's look at other travel and leisure. Crudeable Cross, CCL, looking okay. Three lows in the same area. In the 15 and a half handle, trying to catch a bid today, up 4 cents. RCL, not a bad day yesterday. Triple bottom, man. Someone's out there buying these things. All right. iRobot giving you 35%. Man, that deal, I just don't know what's going on with that one. The only thing I'd say is that we thought the same thing at like 60 bucks. So I don't know if this thing's ever going to be bought, but your risk reward. I don't know how much lower it could go, but the deal's on the table. They're just supposed to be something sticking out there here on this deal. iRobot, that is your look at iRobot. Someone was asking, I think did Gap have earnings yesterday? Let me go to check to see. I think we had earnings on GPS yesterday after the close, and you did. Wow, it was a nice beat. Well, they missed on sales just a little bit. Hmm. Nice beat on EPS. Ending inventory down 29%. Just a low price stock. Nothing really sticking out here. You do have decent support here. Have to hold the multiple lows here at 940. If not, we'll be looking for $9. It's not really a widely followed stock. Let's see what else is going on. Good morning to Grove Lane, who loves to give stocks that I don't follow very much. Grove Lane, you bring up these old stodgy, boring stocks. Well, not so boring. You bought this thing at $10. Got over 17. A Realty Trust, man, this kind of moves around for Realty Trust. Big decline here from that high. So what I will do for this one If this is on the comeback trail here, and once again, I'm not really familiar with this company, so Realty Trust kind of makes me a little bit nervous. But I'll go to my trusty retracement lines, and this is probably an easier one. Probably could have done the air math on this one, but boom, boom. Ooh, oh no, I almost had it. Let's go. Let's try one more time. One more time's a charm here. Probably, like I said, I should be doing this just off the top of my head, but boom and boom. This is what I would like to see. If I was a long-term owner in this thing, I'd like to see this thing get back over 16 bucks in a hurry. 16 and a quarter. That's that pretty good draw on the retracement there. So the longer that it takes to get back to 16 and a quarter and clear that hurdle, I still think you got some pressure on this thing to the downside. As far as held up pretty low, pretty well yesterday. Was up on the day, but was quite quite above. I did yesterday's high 1572. You're at 1540. S&P's on the leak here. I wish I could have kept it up there a little bit more until the opening bell. Now the significance of that 4406, that pre-market high. Well, we stand almost 10 levels from 10 handles, 8 handles away from that current high. We got to look at dollar stores are a nightmare. Dollar Tree. Never really understood these stores. Wow, they whacked this thing off earnings. Bad day in the market, closed on the low. I can't tell you it's safe to dip your toe in the water yet here on the daily. The daily candle ugly, the monthly candle ugly. I guess the only thing you could say is that 24.76 and another monthly low here at 123.62. I mean, if this is a capital I, if you could establish a sustained bid here, and I think you got to give it 122 to 124. Maybe you get a chance of a rebound here, but man, a whooping yesterday and no bounce yet today. We're leaking here a lot. We are now 9 handles off the that pre-market high. So your opportunity to sell in the 4,400 handle. I don't know. DG, the chart probably looks the same. Punish yesterday. This still has not reached its monthly low of 151.27. Yesterday's low 152. So you do have, for at least for Dollar General, you got 3 monthly lows in the same area. Hasn't recovered back down from earnings. So yeah, this one looks closer to monthly support than the Dollar Tree, 5 below. Let's take a look at that one. That got whacked yesterday. Not much of a rebound coming in this one. We can look at last month's low, that 2-month low coming in at 165.58. So if you're looking another 10 bucks down here, that's your next support level. On the dailies, maybe ahead of that. I mean, a gap fill, this would be a little bit more realistic number to take a look at. 171.08. That would fill the gap back from June. I don't know if that was earnings or not, but there's a look at 5 below. Here we are. We have 8 minutes here until we get ready for the upcoming trading session. Oh, Bill with the AMD. Whoo, whoo, whoo. What a tough one, Bill. I wish I would have done some daily numbers in here. Nvidia down 45 cents. Can you make a couple lows in this area? Can that $100 area be protected? That's what I'd be looking at today. Not showing a lot of relative strength, by trading down here when the market is up. So that's not a good sign. Are we going to get this break here between 95? And I'd say it has a chance to hold here. I just think there was a lot of selling pressure yesterday. And before I think I would try this thing on the long side, it would have to show that it could hold the close at 101.7, I believe 101.70, 101.80. So that's resistance here. Just no love after a bad day yesterday. I just can't step out and buy this thing. So that's what you're looking at AMD. If you want to take a poke here at yesterday's low, maybe put they may try and run the stops at 100. You did have a daily low at 1005. So I think you got to give yourself a little bit more room. I wouldn't give that room down to 97.31 though for AMD. Let's see if it could clear. That's right. I just gave you that. 1005 and then 97.31 for me. So, that's a potential buy zone area here. Just don't like that price. No, I got 97.31. I see where you're coming up with the 95 number because there was a pair of lows at 93 and a half and then one low at 97.31. So 95 splits it. But right now, just can't go much farther out than the potential support here. I like 97.31 for a bounce in today's session. Longer term, I like the 93 and a half area. If you want to split those two numbers, it does come out at 95. We've definitely have seen that trick work before. It's funny, this Bank of Ozark, man, I gotta get Tracy on with Nate Tobik because he does not like this stock at all, but this has recovered nicely from the lows of the moves back in April and May when these things were getting pounded. Really nothing sticking out to me technically on Bank of the Ozarks. If I had to give you a level, I'd call it clearing 4017, 3-day high, 4001, 4017. Man, just sellers in the lower to mid 40 handle. Nothing sticking out to me on the Bank of the Ozarks. The Thinker MPW. Medical Properties Trust got slammed, caught a bid. I don't know what the news was on that one. Just a little bit moving into an area of limited resistance. Boy, your next daily high is 773. So, first things first. Wow, they coming in first. You got to give seven and a quarter a look here. Seven and a quarter was yesterday's high. If in fact they could clear that, maybe you could get up to the 765 area. That's for MPW. E-commerce land, Etsy, these stocks been out of favor. Oh, just hanging out at the low of the move. Not much of a bounce here. You coming in the monthly support, but that's a little bit lower at 67.01. So if you want to stick your neck out here at 72, I think you're risking down to the 67 area. Longer term, there's just a wall here for me. Get $100, 3 monthly highs coming into that area. So if you're picking a bottom, that's the tough game to play. Chewy, CHWY chart probably looks familiar. Not coming into any monthly support. Wow, how many? I will say this might be due for a bounce because you've had so many down days in a row, but you know how that strategy can work out sometimes. What do you have for me here? Several lower highs in a row. Wow. How many day losing streak? Holy mackerel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 down days in a row, trading up 9 cents. Well, not going to go down every single day, I don't think. S&Ps, the leak off the 4406 high, that still is a little bit troubling here as we head into this opening bell in just a few minutes away. Folks, let me know what else you have on your radar today. I want to try and cover at least one more stock here before we wrap up today. In the meantime, S&Ps, you did get that high at 4406. So 4406. So you've had not quite a 30-point move. What you've had is a 26-point move, right? call it that, 13. So on a pullback here, uh, got to watch out for 43.93. That's mid range on the session. If the Bulls want to make a little run here ahead of Powell's speech, then that's going to hold. We're going to get a lot of movement off his speech in both directions. So play it close to the close to the belt on this one. Don't be guessing. Be acting instead of reacting. Have those orders out there if you want to play that chop. The final stock of the day, the final stock of the week is going to be Devon Energy trading up here 46 cents. You're developing some very good uh, daily support at the 48.50 area. You're 70 cents away from that. I like the way it's holding. You're up 45 cents. That's probably because crude is up a buck 15. On the upside, the Bulls got a target of 49.40. You're at 49.25 right now. You get to this 49.40, you got to move up here, a potential move up to your 3-day high at 50.56 with maybe an intermediate stopping point at your 3-day close at 49.74. But opening into a pair of highs, keep an eye on that. Kind of a little bit of a trading range here. See if that 48.50 level can hold. So we're going to wrap things up here on this Friday, this volatile week on Wall Street, and the week ain't over till it's over. So, folks, have a good day. Keep your eyes, see what Mr. Powell has to say, and be back with you at 3:30 with the closing print. Hopefully, it won't be as wild as yesterday.